Hello, my fellow witchies.
Hello.
We're here, witches.
Yay.
Hey, how you been?
I'm good. I'm getting over a cold, so my voice sounds like funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed you last week.
I know. I'm so sorry. I was doing an art show.
How did it go?
It went really, really good. I sold some pieces.
What did you sell?
Some drawings I made. Most of them were of this girl I did. And then lately I've been fascinated by skeletons. So I've been drawing a lot of skeleton drawings. I know, it's crazy.
What's your fascination with skeletons? What's that about?
I don't know. I just I like drawing them. And I like the idea of giving them an eternal love story.
Aw, so what is the love story?
That not even death can separate them. Together, quite literally forever.
Aww. Hold on, I'm letting the other girls know we're live. Get your butts in here.
Yes, where are they?
Right. So tonight, first of all, we'd like to say thank you guys for tuning in. If you're watching us live, if you're watching the replay after the fact, also thank you for watching, and make sure you hit subscribe, like, share, follow, all those things. And don't forget to comment, especially if you're one of our witchies. But tonight we are talking about manifesting your dreams and desires, the power of manifestation, whether good or bad. And Anita has some fun facts and even some questions for us tonight. So buckle up. We're going to manifest an amazing show tonight. The power of the spoken word. If you mean it, say it. If you believe it, say it. Put it out there.
Yes. So my first question for you, before we even get started, I want to know what manifesting is to you.
To me?
Yeah, what it means to you?
All right. So for me, manifestation is wanting something, needing something, thinking about something, and then putting in energy and effort and attention and believing in it so that it can come true. So, whether it's, I like to use it for a positive reason. So if I want something or if I need something, then I like to put positive energy into that, but it could work both negatively and positively.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful about even what you think about, because even your thoughts are a form of energy and they have a power. So it's like you can say, I want to make money, but if your thoughts are, I'm never going to make money, I'm always going to be broke, then you will be.
Yeah.
Because those thoughts are powerful.
Exactly.
So what is manifestation or manifesting to you, Anita?
To me, it actually, you took the words right out of my mouth, and a lot of my bullet points that I have, you just said them already.
Really?
No, it's crazy. We're on the same wavelength.
I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I can read your paper too. Oh.
No, manifesting to me is just living your truth, living how you want things to become, and always keep being mindful of how you're acting, because just like you said, you can manifest bad just like you can manifest good. So you always have to be mindful of what you're doing in your actions.
Right.
So the interwebs define manifesting as cultivating the experience of something you want to feel, and then believing in that experience so that you can allow it to come into form. So basically, you attract what you put out, what we both just said.
Right.
Basically. What's one thing you feel like you've manifested?
This apartment.
That's an excellent thing. Yeah.
I wanted out of that house so bad that I put a lot of negative energy, which probably could have been detrimental to the situation, but I think I gave it a little bit of balance in terms of, yes, I had negative feelings and I did invest a lot of time talking about it, thinking about it, and just coming up with all the reasons why I didn't want to live there anymore. But then I started becoming proactive and positive about how am I going to make this happen? And by being positive and saying, I know I'm going to find the apartment of my dreams, and less attention and thought and feeling and verbally sharing about how much I hated that house eventually led to finding the apartment, having the resources to get the apartment, being approved for the apartment, and then my partner making a way for the move to happen manifested me living in my dream apartment, in my dream location, in having a very peaceful living situation that I've yearned for a long time. So definitely I manifested that. What about
Yeah.
you?
That's really good. So something I feel that I've manifested is like my career and how I want to always keep growing and learning and like just learning new things all the time. And I just want to keep excelling in my career. I always want to go to the next level. And that's something I put a lot of time and thought into, just all the time, like all of my energy, whether just like you, whether it's good or bad. I'm like, okay, so if this didn't work for me, how can we do this? But something, it's like hard because I want to do it my way, but then the universe sometimes has to smack you around a little bit and be like, this is not the plan.
Yeah. I mean, I think sometimes what we desire and even what we think we need are not exactly accurate. Because sometimes you don't know what you want until you actually have it. So let's say for instance, okay, so we'll talk about my apartment since that's the last thing we talked about, and I feel like I manifested this. What I did not manifest was the 5 flights of stairs I have to walk up in order to get to my dream apartment.
Yeah.
And so would I have thought that that would be a good thing? It's still debatable. It's still out for debate. But what does come out of it are actually I found a few things. One, the exercise. I'm forced to exercise to go up and down the stairs if I want to check the mail, if I want to order food, if I want to get Instacart, whatever the case, or if I want to go somewhere, I got to go up and down those stairs. So that's the first thing. The second thing is it's forced me to be more frugal. And I've ordered DoorDash one time since I've been here, and I've been here since, let's see, November, December, January, and almost March. So 4 months, and I've ordered one time. In my house, I was ordering several times a week. I was spending hundreds of dollars to get DoorDash. So there's and then not ordering Amazon and not just staying off and spending my money only when I go out. So there's that. And then the other part is that I'm also mindful when I'm out shopping. I'm not going to buy a bunch of things because I know I'm not going to be able to get them up the stairs, at least without not trying to kill myself.
Yeah.
So those are good things that have come out of having those 5 flights. So, I wouldn't have thought if I would have said, what's my dream apartment? I wouldn't have said, oh, I want to walk up 5 flights of stairs and the elevator be broke. So the universe is like, but you need this because I need the exercise and I need to, step outside my comfort zone. So
yeah.
How about you? We're talking about like you said you don't want things don't happen the way you want them to happen, but the universe has a way of like making things happen the way they're meant to happen. Like for instance, if you think about certain situations, like I remember one time my Uber canceled on me, and that's how I met somebody that I ended up becoming good friends with, because she was at the same place that I was at waiting on an Uber. And she had a similar situation happen at the same time. So we started talking. And since then, we've been good friends. So, had that not happened, I probably never would have met this person. And therefore, or even like you being in the fashion show at Exotica, look what's happened since then. We become, besties.
Besties, yeah.
So, you just never know.
No, yeah. And like something for me that actually that I've manifested, but like in a bad way, is I went on a girls' trip to Florida, and it ended in disaster. But I wanted to go so bad. I was ignoring all of the signs the universe was throwing at me. I was focusing on vacation, and I was like, yes, this is what we're doing. And I was just ignoring the universe signs. And then I got there, and the universe was like, I'm going to show you what happens when you don't listen to me. And it was a big disaster. Oh my God. Huge disaster. So.
That's happened in relationships for me. Like the red flags are all there, and I'm just like, that's kind of pink. I don't think that's red. That's just pink. Oh, that was a little orange. Yeah, I'm colorblind. That's not red. That's not a red flag. So I definitely can say, and even in situations within the industry, like, a lot of things that happened in 2023 that were evident that the universe was sending a message and the universe was trying to get me to change course, and I refused. I was like, no, I'm in this lane and I'm staying this motherfucker. And then eventually I crashed and burned, and it was like, see, I tried to tell you, I tried to show you, I tried to guide you. And sometimes you have to, a part of manifesting is also listening to the universe, listening to the people around you, listening to your heart, listening to your mind, listening to your soul, and taking all of that information and, really making smart choices, being mindful of all of the factors that play into something. But I feel like as humans, something that's very prevalent is we get hyper focused on something, and it's hard to once we've made a choice about something. I guess that's kind of one of the things about not being indecisive. When you're one of those people that's like, I'm firm on this decision, nothing will take you away from that. Like if you want to win something, like you're going to win, but it's like those movies where or even in real life where those situations happen and you see that the cost of winning, it's like, okay, so for instance, you've seen movies where the woman decides not to get married, doesn't want to wants to have a family later on in life. So she focuses on her career, and then boom, she gets to 40, 45, even 50. And they're like, oh, well, now you can't have kids, or, you know what I mean? Like situations like that, where it's like, you were so ambitious about your career that other things that you wanted in life were postponed. And now you don't have the opportunity to have that same experience. So manifesting. You manifested the dream career, but at what cost?
Yes, exactly. What did you sacrifice for it?
So, you got your dream career, but was it really your dream?
Yeah.
At the time it was. That's one of the reasons why I stopped going to college. Like, I realized that I strive more in independent environments rather than in corporate, structured, the rules are the rules type situations. Like if you just give me the freedom to do what I want to do, I can create amazing things. But the more you try to box me into these lines, I don't work well in those situations. I'm not a farm animal, so don't put me in a pen.
No, I definitely agree.
You okay?
Staying off, staying cold, just kicking my butt.
Well, don't let it kick your butt. What do you got next for us, Anita? What's next on your list?
What's next on my list is we have a couple notes about manifesting. So, the number one key to manifesting, we touched on this, is cultivating your energy. And it's crucial because manifesting goes hand in hand with your energy, we're beings of energy, and when we have low energy, we attract lower circumstances. When our energy is higher, we attract like a higher circumstance for ourselves, even if we're doing it subconsciously. So it's like sometimes you can be like, oh, I'm not having a good day, but you don't realize that you're sulking or something, and then that's manifesting future sulking for yourself.
Right.
Have you
Aside
ever
from
felt
that,
that you
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, have you ever felt that you've like had a situation and your specific energy has brought something like that?
Absolutely. The house situation.
Yeah.
Not only that, but like when the whole dissemination of iHeart BBW, like the whole blow up happened, I feel like I was so invested in the negative stuff that like I manifested. I mean, I knew that the things were not going well, but I ignored and didn't address the things that needed to be addressed and kept talking about things rather than fixing them. You know what I mean? Like I kept
Yeah.
investing in the problem and then not taking ownership of how I was a part of the problem. You know what I mean? Like in the
Yeah.
moment, I didn't realize how I was handling it or not handling it was part of the problem. So, and that was one of the things I was going to say just a minute ago is like part of your energy is your environment. So you have to be mindful that the people that you're around are just as much a part of your energy as you are. And so when you're around low vibrational people, that's where that saying comes from, you're blocking your blessings. Because a lot of times,
Yeah.
either you, by the things that you're saying, thinking, and doing, block your blessings, but sometimes the people around you block your blessings because you're just in this toxic environment that low vibrational people attract and perpetuate. And that goes back to what I was saying about that whole situation was like I myself was participating in that. And because I was so engulfed and surrounded and involved in it, that I wasn't going to get a positive outcome from a negative situation.
Yeah.
And that energy just created more negative energy. And then it just turned into a very toxic situation. And what I can say is that how I was able to overcome that, because I hate just talking about the problem and not talking about the
Yeah.
aftermath, and how I was able to overcome that is that I took a lot of time off of social media, off of content creation, and put myself in a space where I had to sit with myself, sit with my feelings, sit with my thoughts, determine what I wanted to no longer be a part of my life, and to determine what I did want to be a part of my life. And I manifested. Another thing I manifested was the healing process. I put
Yeah.
the time and the energy and the effort into healing from that situation. I analyzed the situation and I learned from it.
Yeah.
I learned that one, I tend to be the type of person that takes all responsibility for something, which is almost narcissistic because to accept full responsibility is the same thing as taking full credit for success.
Yeah.
And what I realize is in that situation, I'm not, I don't want to say strong, I'm not powerful enough to be the only person that makes a community successful or brings the community together. It's something that's done as a unit. We did that together. But in that same statement, that means when things fell apart, they fell apart because we all participated in the destruction of that community. It wasn't me by myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I learned from that situation, and it's very freeing, and it makes me feel a lot better because for a long time I carried around the weight of like how I by myself fucked everything up. And while I did make a lot of major mistakes and I did participate, and I can't deny responsibility for some of the things that happened, but at the same time I also, you know, take receipt, like I give myself credit for, doing the best that I could under the
Yeah.
circumstances and recognizing that, it takes a village to bring us all together and it takes a village to rip us all apart. So,
Yeah, no, it definitely does. And it's like it's always like super important to remember that you're manifesting like when you're unconscious, even when you are like what It's always important to remember that even when you're not consciously thinking about it, you are manifesting. Because somewhere in your deep brain, you are thinking about it and you are putting, so your feelings towards it, your current feelings are going towards what you're thinking about. And they could be bad or they could be good. So you're always manifesting them.
Right. So even in your dreams, you are manifesting.
Yes. I have some do's and don'ts according to the interwebs for us.
Oh shit, we're turning to the interwebs now?
Yes.
Don't take your advice from the interwebs.
No. This is all speculation. So, some research I did was saying some things you want to do are some do's and don'ts, or you do want to decide what you want to manifest. So, what is it that you want? And you want to become apologetic about what you want. You want to own it, believe it. You want to trust that it can be yours. Write it down. I want to be seen in the world in this way. I want to manifest love. I want to manifest abundance into my life, and so on. It's when you manifest, it's not an exact science. You're not going to get exactly what you asked for. That's like a really huge misconception. It's not about getting, it's about becoming. So when we manifest something, we are manifesting like a better something for ourselves. So just like you with the house, how you manifested a better situation, you're becoming a better version of you in your new place.
Right. I feel like what it is that you change your mindset, and in order to change a situation, you have to change the elements that created the situation in the first place. So say for instance, you want to become more healthy, or maybe you want to lose weight. Part of that is dissecting the elements of your life that perpetuate the problem and don't contribute to the solution. So part of manifestation is simply making those changes and putting yourself in an environment where you're thinking positively, you're acting positively, you're speaking positively, and you're surrounding yourself with positivity, puts you in a better state of mind to receive your blessings, because the universe does not reward bad behavior. And if you're in a toxic, negative, and you're being toxic and negative, then, what do you expect to get? You attract, like you said, it's the law of attraction. So absolutely 100% agree with that.
Yeah, and then like sometimes like you hyper focus on it, and then like the hyper fixation is causing a bad reaction too, because you're so focused on it, you're blinded by your hyper fixation.
Right.
I know, because I get hyper fixated on things all the time, and it is not fun. I mean, it is fun for a second, but like in the big picture, it's not fun.
Right. So let me ask you this. What do you recommend are some secrets to raising your vibration?
Always be mindful. So like about how you're speaking to others, about how you're speaking to yourself. Just have like a mindful openness to yourself. And you always want to be thinking about what you're doing. So, try to like think before you act almost.
Right. Okay.
What about you?
I definitely feel like doing an inventory of your, I don't want to say your life, because that's not really what I mean, but like doing a self inventory and removing elements that don't serve your purpose, elements that don't help you manifest positively, removing yourself from environments and circles that also don't support and manifest those positive things. So those are just a couple of things that I would certainly recommend.
Yeah. Do you have any like favorite manifesting techniques? And by techniques, I mean like do you like to journal, positive affirmations, like you think about your dreams, make vision boards, things like that?
I'm a visionary, so vision boards are very important to me, especially since what I may want today may not be what I want tomorrow. A lot of times my desires change, my needs change, my environment, like things just change, right?
Yeah.
So, vision boards are something that I do quite often. One of the other things that I do is meditate, and a lot of times I like to just get away from the noise of life and being focused on just what I can see in front of me and trying to like reach into my third eye or whatever, however, mind's eye, and just kind of see the world or see myself from a different place, in a place of, peace and
Yeah.
quiet. But another thing, journaling is huge for me as well. I like to write my feelings down. And a lot of times, even if it's negative, I like to write it down just because, or I like to talk to people about certain things just so I can hear it come out of my mouth. And then a lot of times I look back at it and I'm like, ooh, that's not, yeah, that you
Yeah.
might think it's positive. You might think it's good manifestation, but in all reality, when someone's looking at you like, girl, did you just hear yourself right now? Especially like when you're going through a bad breakup or you're talking about friends or certain situations, you're like, oh, damn, that didn't, in my mind, it didn't sound that bad. But now that
Yeah.
we're talking about it and you hear it, you verbalize it, it becomes like one of those things that's like, okay, so I like to journal and write things down. I also feel like the great thing about journaling is that you can say something out loud, but you might forget about it. Where when you journal, you can go back to it and look at it and be like, oh, this was a really good day for me. Like, I'm really glad I wrote this down because it helps to keep your memory fresh about the good, the bad, and the ugly of your life. So, journaling is super important for sure.
Yeah. I'm a really big journal person too. I haven't tried making a vision board yet, but I'm really, really like journaling and like writing my feelings down. When I'm like not overly emotional, but like really angry or upset or something, I like to write them down and then burn them to try to symbolize like letting them go almost, because it's bad to hold on to all those negative feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And like I also, like you, I like to meditate sometimes, like practice my breathing. Because I was so like not aware of myself that sometimes I would go like because I wasn't breathing.
Right.
So my body would just like force myself to all of a sudden. But who knows how long I went without actually like breathing in, because I wasn't being mindful of like my body and like my needs.
Right. That's important. I think self-care is super, super important and is a big part of manifesting. When you're not taking care of yourself, the universe is going to remind you why you have to take care of yourself before you
Yeah,
take care of everyone else and other things. And it's like,
exactly.
yeah, you can want to manifest that you have a new house, but if your health is failing, then are you going to be able to sustain the move? Are you going to be able to sustain the new home? Like, there's a lot of factors that lacking in self-care will, manifesting a new car that you can't drive because you're in the hospital. Hello, like,
Yeah,
clearly self-care is huge. So I think that's really important that you brought it up, and I'm glad that we touched on that because it is very important and it is the part of
yes,
manifesting, because you got to be alive to manifest the things you want.
yeah. Like you have to take care of you. Even if it's just doing something small every day for yourself, you have to do something.
Right.
Um,
Absolutely.
do you do things to manifest on the daily?
I try to start my day with positive affirmations and just having a clear idea of what it is that I hope to accomplish. And sometimes it's real basic with me just saying, I want to have a good day. And even though it doesn't always turn out that way, I can at least end the day of saying that it wasn't the best day, but it wasn't the worst day. And I hope to have a better day tomorrow. So I start the day and end the day appreciating the good that comes out of it, appreciating that I had the privilege of having another day and hoping, manifesting for another day because, every time you go to sleep, you never know if you're going to wake up.
Yeah.
So I think, also expressing gratitude, letting the universe know that more important than what it is that I want, I have to appreciate that I have the things that I need. So, showing gratitude to the universe and to the higher powers above, whatever they may be, like just letting that gratitude be expressed wherever it may go, whether it goes nowhere, is just something that I like to do on a daily basis. And sometimes I don't. Like I fall short. I'll be honest and transparent about the fact that, sometimes I get consumed with life shit. But ultimately, I do try to make it a habit of appreciating my partner and appreciating my new apartment and appreciating that, I do have the flexibility to financially pay for things in my life that I like, want, and need. So, my life is good. My life is good. So that gratitude is a big part of what, along with the positive affirmations for sure.
Yeah, no, I try to do some positive affirmations every day, but it's mainly just like today is going to be a good day or this is going to happen today or
Right.
something like that. Like that's about as far as I get. I want to be better at trying to do it every day just because like I was doing a lot of research for tonight on it and I was just like, wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Or like I never even would have thought of that.
Yeah,
Like, and it's just it's a lot.
it is. And I think one of the things that you can learn from manifesting or manifestation is that you have a lot more control and power over your life than you really realize.
Yeah.
We like to think that, or I wouldn't say we like to think, but we often think that there's something or someone else that's in charge of our fate, of our destiny, but ultimately you are in charge of your fate and your destiny. I can tell you that you can't win a race that you don't ever start. You
Yeah.
can't, if you don't finish, then you'll never know where you show up on the list of winners, or are you first place, second place, or 50th place? Well, if you don't go to the race, you can't win it. You can't win a lottery you don't play tickets for. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can't be in a relationship with people that you're not going out there to meet. Like you have to sometimes take a chance. And the only way that you're going to know that you can be successful at something is to try. So I think that's really important as well, is to just realize the power that you have in being able to live your dream life or to have your dream job or to find your dream relationship. And more importantly, this is something that I practice in my current relationship, is like I focus on myself, and people think that's selfish. But when I say I focus on myself, what I mean is I don't spend my whole day worried about what he's doing when he's not home. I spend my day trying to better myself so that I can be a little bit better from yesterday and be a little bit better tomorrow so that I can be the best version of myself for him, to him, for myself, for the people that I love and care about. And I think when you spend less time worried about what everybody else is doing and focus on yourself, then I know that when he's in situations where he's not 100%, I know that I've been focusing on myself. So I've been doing my self care. I've been, taking care of the things that I need emotionally. And I'm in a better position to be that strong person for him. And then vice versa. There are going to be times that I'm lacking. And so, because we focus on ourselves in terms of not trying to be up each other's butts, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, you do what you do, and then
Yeah.
there's what he does, there's what I do, and then there's what we do together. And
Yeah.
that has been a key benefactor for the success of our relationship. And I am like beyond happy. Like, not every day is rainbow, sunshine, and unicorns, but I can tell you that even through the rain, I still see a little bit of a rainbow. I still see my
Yeah.
unicorns and you know what I mean? Like, so, and I'll be honest, perspective is a huge part of that as well. Just having a different perspective and, manifesting positivity.
Yes.
So definitely, definitely. You have
And
control over your destiny. And like there are things that happen in your life that you clearly cannot control. Death happens,
yeah.
accidents happen, life happens. There are going to be things that you wouldn't, ask for. But sometimes you just have to find the positives in those situations as best as you can. Sometimes, easier said than done, but you know,
It's
I got the power. Whoa. Oh, my bad. I was in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle moment.
that's okay. Have you ever heard of the 369 method when it comes to manifesting?
I have not. Please share with me what that is.
So it's wherever you want to, it's whatever you would like to manifest. You write it down 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the middle of the day, and 9 times before bed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not know that. So explain to me how you would implement that into your daily schedule.
So in my daily schedule, if that was something I were to do, I could do it right when I wake up in the morning, have a little notepad by my bed, make it nice and simple, and then like around noon when I take a break for my day and have a snack or whatever or lunch, depends on what day it is. I could write down my 6 then, and then before bed I could do my 9.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's another way. Well, that's a method. It's one I had never heard of until I was doing some research.
Okay. So how are we going? We need to do some scheduling. We need to do some time blocking and put
Yeah.
that into our daily schedule.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like the repetition is supposed to like reinforce your intentions, and like kind of like signal to the universe to bring your desires into reality.
Okay. Okay. It's a good point.
Yeah, so just it's supposed to bring us on in. I have never made a vision board. We should do one night. We'll have a craft night.
You can do it digitally.
Oh.
You can do it in Canva. And you can put it I used to have one. Let me see if I can find it. I used to have one where it was on my screensaver. Do I still have it on here? I might have erased it, but I had a vision board. Oh, I do. So let me see. Hold on. Can you see? Oh, wait, you can't see it. My phone's too bright. Let me turn it down a little
No,
bit.
you got me squinting at my screen to try to see if I could see it better.
But there you go. There's my vision board.
Ooh,
Healthy,
I love that.
success, buy a home. I don't know what that says. Hold on. Financial freedom. And it says progress for perfection or progress to perfection. Health. Hold on. Buy a home, travel, self-care, mental health, success. And that was my 2024. So we should work on this. We should do it live on here.
Yeah.
Do it
next week.
Yeah, let's schedule it for next week.
Yeah, because I don't know how long it'll take.
Yeah,
But
we can do it next week. You guys out there watching can join us. And if you have a free version of Canva, or whether you have free or you pay for it, I personally pay for it because I love Canva. But we're going to be doing it on Canva. You can do it on whatever program you want to. There's a whole bunch of other programs like Kittl and all kinds of graphic design programs out there, you can do it with us as well. And if you are a model and you want to join us on StreamYard, we have some slots open. You can come with us and we'll be doing it together, talking about the things that we want to manifest into our lives. And I also want to take it a step further. As part of our vision board, I want to talk about putting a plan together and how we're going to make those things happen. So, for instance, I know that financially, those are always a part of my vision board. And I want to talk about some of the things that I'm going to do, which I've already started taking those steps, like, spending less money on, DoorDash, and spending less money on Amazon and Shein and Temu and all the sites that I spend godly amounts of money on, used to anyways. And I've done a lot better, which I've been doing a lot better financially. Imagine that, right? So yeah, we'll talk about doing the vision board. We'll do the vision board all together. And I want to see your vision boards. If you're posting them on social media or wherever you may have your vision board, if it's an actual physical vision board, we want to see those photos and videos. And if it's digital, we still want to see them. So yeah, join us next week. Just came up with our topic for next week. Look at you, Anita. My handy helper.
Look at me go.
I know. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what else do you have on our manifestation?
I have some fun questions for us.
Woo! I love questions. Yes.
Okay. So this is one that's going to kind of make you think a little bit. It's, what is something that you think is holding you back right now from truly manifesting?
I don't know if it's holding me back from manifesting, but I can say that one of the things that I am noticing repeats itself in my life is a few things. The first one is giving stock in my business to people who don't care about my business. So letting people who don't have the best intentions give me advice and then giving it stock, because anybody can tell you something. And it's like, for instance, when it comes to the word fat, I have no feelings about the word fat. I disassociated an emotion with that word a long time ago so that people couldn't use that to make me feel any kind of way. Okay. So I need to be that way. I need to be vigilant in that way with other things about my business and my personal life. Nobody really has any say so. Like, I've protected that with a huge wall, but my business, I'm a lot more free about, and I need to be more protective of my business as well. So there's that. The other thing is, I feel like I give people the benefit of the doubt for way too long and let people take advantage of me for way too long before I finally say enough is enough. And I need to be more vigilant in protecting my peace in both personal and business. So in personal, I really don't have those issues anymore. Like, I've really done a fantastic job of putting up that wall, and like, you're the only new person in my life that has had access to me personally. So I think I've done well personally. But again, when it comes to business, because one of the things that I've learned about myself is I love developing communities. I love being in a tribe environment. But the problem with the more people that you add to your circle, the more people you add to your community and your tribe, the more you put yourself in a situation where conflict is going to present itself. And I am not good with conflict resolution. I said it out loud. I'm not good with conflict resolution.
Right.
I either avoid it or I address it harshly, and I'm a cut and move on kind of person. And those two things can both be detrimental to developing relationships and communities and tribes. So those two things right there, I feel block me. I need to do better with, not being so eager to want to help people or put my time and energy and resources into people who haven't really developed that trust or represented that they're worth the time and investment, and just be more mindful of, committing to things that I'm not quite prepared to take on. So,
Okay.
what about you?
So my biggest excuse is that I think I am a big procrastinator. Like, I don't know if, and this is like, I don't know if it's a self-sabotage thing because I have a history of doing that like I panic or something, and then I'm like, well, I sabotaged it anyways, why do it? I have a history of like making everything going good blow up, and that's just how it goes. Hello,
Dang.
Nikki.
Look, I wasn't
Eh?
even ready.
Oh, you want me to put you out?
No, you good.
I feel like self-sabotage is kind of a trauma response in situations where you feel like it's easier for you to take the blame of, like, almost like you're preparing for things to fuck up before they've actually fucked up.
Yeah.
And so if you self-sabotage, it's like you at least can be prepared for it because you know it's going to happen because you're the one doing it.
Yeah.
Rather than someone dropping some shit on you and being like, you being in a situation where it like sends you into a trauma situation. What's up, Nikki? You look like you
So
got something to say.
it's crazy that you just talk about self-sabotage because I do it all the time. But I figured when I do self-sabotage, I'm gonna break my own heart before you get a chance to break it.
Right.
Or if I feel like it's not gonna be successful, you know what I'm saying? Because it don't have to be a person. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? You like, well, it's not coming the way I envisioned it to come. So I'm gonna just go ahead and either cancel it or do whatever and not give it a chance to come into fruition. So,
Right.
That's crazy. Because I
You
do that
like,
all the time.
it's almost like you're like, I'll blow this up before I give you the chance to blow it up.
Right.
So I have a chance to evacuate before there's any type of shrapnel. I mean, we all are guilty of doing it. I mean, I'll be honest, as I've gotten older, I've become more relaxed and just kind of let things be what they'll be. I certainly did not foresee a relationship with my partner. I mean, we were on Plenty of Fish, like plenty of fuckery. And when I first met him, was a hot mess, a literal hot mess, emotionally, physically, spiritually. I was all over the place. And at some point, I just fell in love and learned to trust him. And I tried to self-sabotage quite a few times. In fact, I just got lucky that I had a partner that was willing to see things through and saw that I had potential and saw that I could, I don't want to say be trained, but I could be changed. And I wanted to change. I wanted to be a part of the positive outcome and see myself in a different space. And I'm glad that I did because, the results have been phenomenal. So self-sabotage is our a way of protecting ourselves from what we deem is inevitable. It's gonna happen. So I know you're gonna try to hurt me, so I'll just pull the trigger and hurt myself. So
Surely.
are you over there braiding?
Huh?
Are you over there braiding?
Yep.
I thought they were supposed to last for a few weeks.
Well, no, this one I feel like it was coming through, so
Oh, okay. I thought you were redoing your whole hair. So what are your other questions, Anita?
This one is, what does your soul crave? Are you in touch with your soul? Do you know what it craves?
Yes.
love.
Stability. Oh, Jason's in here. Yo, what's
Hello,
up,
Jason.
everyone? Is having an incredible night. You don't have to pull the trigger, Platinum. I love you. Oh, thank you.
It's love.
Validation. Love. Go ahead, Nikki. Expand for us.
For me, it's love. To be able to receive it, to be able to give it, and be wholeheartedly with it. And unconditional. But there is no conditions to how I love you. Because me personally, I've never been one to be worried about finances. I've never been one to worry about material things. It's always been about who you are as a person and what you give me when I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm around you, and how you treat me, because money come and go. You know what I'm saying? You can be stable today and be fucked up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want to know that at the end of the day, if all of that was to leave now, will you still love me? And it doesn't have to be a romantic love. It could be a love from a friend. It could be a love from a sibling. Like, would you still love me if I didn't have the things that I have? Right. Or would you love me while I don't have those things? And you know what I'm saying? Until I get it. Because you got people who they'll be like, I love you, but as soon as times get hard, they gone. Or they see potential in you and still don't give you the space and the opportunity to grow. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I pray. Unapologetic, unconditional love, and genuine love as well.
Those are always great things.
Absolutely. I'd have to agree. What's something specific for you, Anita?
Specific for me is my soul craves adventure.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah. Like, I need to always be on the go. I need to always be doing something, going somewhere, seeing something new. My soul, it needs it to survive. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. I can see that with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you told me where you were going Saturday. I was like, a little adventure queen.
What? Where?
When you went Saturday to your party.
Oh!
my little adventure queen.
That's me.
Tell them where you went.
I went to a swinger party.
How was it?
It was great.
There you go.
It was lots of fun. It was like a club mix. Like,
yeah, you wanted to get you all right. You sure did.
You sure did.
Baby, I ain't been one of them in years. Whew.
Yeah? How was it when you went?
It was more private, so it was cool. Yeah.
Okay.
It was cool. It was invite only. So I thought I was lucky. So I'm like, it's hard to get in, you know what I'm saying? Like, wait.
Okay.
It's like, to-do, you know, this is nice. So it's alright.
Yeah. It's not really my scene, but you know. Jason says, you know what's strange about dreams? You have no control over your dreams of who you see in them. Oh, okay. Oh, and he says there's one person he will always love, and that's God. Amen for that.
Sure.
Absolutely. What's your next question, Anita?
Oh, this is my last question. And this is, have there ever been, I think I know the answer for you at least, Carrie. Has there ever been anybody in your life that has lowered your vibrations?
Nikki, answer that question first, please.
Yes. Yeah.
It's me. It's me. Oh, I'm the problem
Good night.
Good night.
Oh
I'm not
wow.
about to play with you.
Leave it. She's
I'm not about to play with you.
What about you, Anita?
Yeah. There was this one girl I used to be friends with who shall remain nameless. And she was like an energy vampire. You know, she like,
Oh yeah.
it had to be all about her all the time. And she just, you couldn't have any fun, or she'd suck it right out of you. And she'd make you miserable because she was miserable. Just lowered the vibes.
I understand. Yeah, I've had several people in my life that have definitely lowered my vibration and been energy vampires. And honestly, though, this is one thing that I've also learned is that I also have the ability to, I don't want to say ignore those people, but not give them so much power over me, and that I have the ability to remove myself from those situations. So I need to be more vigilant going forward. When I realize that someone does not, or let me say, because that's giving them too much power. When someone in my presence puts me in a mindset to where I'm not protecting my peace, or I'm not being my authentic self, which is normally very positive, and I start participating or changing the way that I treat others and myself as a result, then I know that I need to remove myself from the situation sooner than later. Because the aftermath of that situation creates collateral damage that tends to hurt people that shouldn't get hurt.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not the person. Sometimes it's just, it's like, for instance, I have a friend that's going through a bad breakup, and she wants everyone to believe that he's the bad person. And I'm like, you guys are both good people. You're just not good together. You're toxic together.
Yeah.
You're not a good fit together. So, I'm sorry that you don't, you're going through what you're going through, but it's for the best. The future is bright.
Yeah.
So, again, perspective. When you're in the thick of things, it's hard to see the silver lining, and she's also coming from a place of hurt. So,
Yeah.
So
Totally understand.
Well, Nikki, I wish you'd have came sooner. We've been talking about manifestations, and we're getting ready to shut shit down.
I know. I was in a conference call with my siblings.
Aw, tell the siblings we said hello, but go ahead and tell everybody where we can find you on the interwebs.
Well. Right now we are in the middle of rebranding. So maybe by the next show or two, I have all the information together. We changed the name and everything, so be on the
lookout.
Ooh, we love a name change.
Yeah, we do. All right, Anita, tell everybody where they can find you on the interwebs.
You can find me at Anita X Valentina on all social media platforms. And then you can find me on OF at Anita Valentina.
Woo! Okay. And you can find me on iHeartBBW.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, and Megan Monroe Media. We will see you guys next week while we are creating vision boards together online as a unit, as a team, as a community. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's get those hearts. Hold up. Okay. Throw those hearts in the air and wave them like you just don't care. All right, guys. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.